representatives are currently busy. Please stay on the line, and your call will be answered by the next available representative. The estimated hold time is currently less than 96 minutes. You are currently caller number 32.
Are you tired of getting blown out of the water by other web hosting solutions? At BladeNode.com, our affordable web hosting and quick customer support is our #1 priority. BladeNode Web Hosting was started with a mission to provide premium hosting at half the price as other hosts without sacrificing features, reliability, and 24/7 customer support with a live technician. Join our community today by visiting BladeNode.com and using promo code BLADE10 for 10% off your first package.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello and welcome, race fans, once again here to the Turn 3 Racing Network tonight. Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series, presented to you by BladeNode.com, heads off into the hallowed grounds. That's right, it's the Brickyard, Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the Kiss the Bricks 160. Gonna be one heck of a night here tonight, I can guarantee you that. How you doing? How you feeling, race fans? Thanks for joining us once again. I am Darkside Dave in the Cave here in the Turn 3 Racing Network booth, bringing you all the great action from the track here tonight. 65 laps around this 2.5 mile unique little quad oval. Drivers going to be pushing to the limits, heading off into turn number 1 and turn number 3. And drivers going to have to be pushing the limits to try to catch up to Tanner Tallarico, sitting on top of your points standings, coming in to race number 11 here tonight. Speaking of Tanner Tallarico, there you can see on the screen right now, leading the point standings coming in to tonight's race has Brett Hahn just behind him. Brett going to victory lane just a few race weekends ago. Last week, Tanner Tallarico increased his points lead to 69 points with his race win. Eddie Behan right there going to victory lane 2 times so far this season, sitting back in third in the points, 303 points. And there you can see multiple other close points battle. Crank Bell, Mike Berg, both of those drivers with a close battle going on. Put Brian Dorsey right there as well. And it goes all the way back through your top 20. The very tight points battle. The only driver really separating himself so far at this point in time in this regular season is the driver in that one machine, Tanner Tallarico, with those 3 race wins. That's why he's got that 69 point lead coming into tonight's race here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The Kiss the Bricks 160, presented to you by BladeNode.com. BladeNode.com, simple web solutions powered by nerds. Well, there you have your official race business out of the way. So I tell you what, why don't we go down trackside for a little bit of the action, see how some of these drivers are faring out there, shaking down the cars. There you see that one of Tanner Tallarico heading off into, I believe, that is turn number 4. There you see him coming back down the back stretch, shot from aboard the pit box here, just above the one's pit box, actually going down the front stretch now, heading off into turn number 1. Multiple other drivers out there shaking down the cars with about 2 minutes left to go here in happy hour. There you see Mike Grandy Sr. and his 12 machine coming off of turn number 2, heading down the long stretch into turn number 3. Jamie Beasley, Chris Dean, Bob Rogerson, Richard Pruitt, all out there on track right now. But the man of the minute, Tim Rogers, the 48 machine, there you see him a little bit sideways. Ooh, and hard impact. A little bit of broadcaster's curse there for that 48. Joining him and right into the outside wall he goes. But sitting on top of the speed charts right now, 49.73. Oh, and he's going to jump through a wall as Nick Fleury's having some trouble. Slides to a stop coming to pit road. Some crazy action here in the final few minutes of happy hour. But as I was saying, the 48 of Tim Rogers sitting top of the speed charts, 49.73. Brett Hahn right there, 49.75, 49.76 for Tanner Tallarico. Andrew Payne in 93 with a 49.94. Sitting in 4th right now on the speed charts. We'll see which one of these drivers can transfer the speed over in to our 10-minute qualifying session here coming up in less than 45 seconds. So with that being said, we're going to take a brief commercial break. We'll be right back for all your qualifying action here tonight from Indianapolis Motor Speedway, live on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And back trackside as promised, just a brief 30-second commercial break. As the red flag flies here for happy hour, Tim Rogers looking to keep the speed in that 48 machine as the green flag now flies in this 10-minute qualifying session for the Cyber Thunder BladeNode.com Pro Cup Series. These drivers going to have 65 laps to try to tame this track. See who gets to kiss the bricks here tonight at the end of the, kiss the bricks 160. Looks like Mike Grandy in the 12 machine out on his up to speed lap. Multiple drivers going to be out there on track, so we'll jump around here a little bit more than we usually do, as this is such a big track here for qualifying, so we'll try to catch as many of the drivers as we can. And we'll go ahead and throw the qualifying times up once they begin to cross the line. Looked like the 3 of Eric Moore are going to bring it to a crawl, or actually that was the 2 of Chris Dean. Now back up to speed. Eric Moore out there on the track with the 3 machine. Chris Wold right there in the 32. He's out on the track. Jeff Sharp, Mike Grandy, as I already said, out there on track as well. Multiple drivers on track, but a lot of drivers still on pit lane waiting to go out. Very cloudy here tonight, so maybe a few drivers waiting to catch a cloud, if that's the way you want to call it or the way you want to look at it. Gonna keep our eye now on this 78 of Bob Rogerson as he begins his first timed lap. There you see him down into turn number 1, a little bit shaky on the exit of 1, nice and smooth into 2. Oh, clip in the grass. That's going to be a 1X, not going to be a good time for him, so that's going to disallow this qualifying lap here. And the driver inside that Ford Mustang going to have to put it all out there on lap 2. So I tell you what, let's check in with the 55 now of Eddie Behan as he's up to speed. Driver out of RHU Racing down into turn number, oh my goodness, that was close off of turn number 4, right next to that outside wall. Chris Dean puts his 2 machine up at the top of the speed charts. 50.83, first time lap for him. Eddie Behan gonna cross the line to begin his time lap, so he's getting all he can out of this machine. Eric Moore goes to the top of the speed charts. 50.82 for his first time lap. Michael Sturgill, Bob Rogerson, Jamie Beasley, Eric Anderson, all out there on track as well. As now Jeff Sharp goes top of the speed charts with a 50.56. I believe that's got to be a second time lap because that's about 3/10 faster than the man on the screen. Eddie Behan now coming off of turn number 3 into turn 4, I do believe. If yes, it is turn number 4 now, making his way back across the stripe. Where is he gonna slot in? We'll have to wait and see how it is. Eddie Behan gonna go second on the speed charts, 50.33, but Michael Sturgill in the 90 machine gonna go quick time right now, 50.11. Nick Fleury in the 25 machine, he's out there on track. Andy Cork also putting in his qualifying attempts. Eric Anderson right now in 11th position on his second time lap, trying to increase his chances here to start at the front of the field. Nick Fleury going to cross the line, 50.55 for his first time lap. Brett Hahn, Brett the Jet going out there now, the 71 beginning his up to speed lap. We'll jump out there with him here in just a moment as we continue to watch this 25 of Nick Fleury make his way around the track, trying to increase his starting position, sitting in 4th right now on the speed charts, but provisional pole in the hands of the 90 of Michael Sturgill. Once again, his Toyota sitting pretty on top of the speed charts right now, 50.11, and that's going to be a tough time to beat. Fleury going to cross the line. Where's he going to finish? 50.45, so time picking up, but not enough. Jumping back now with the 71 of Brett Hahn as he's on his up-to-speed lap, now crossing the line for to begin. Oh, there it is. Look at that, top of the speed charts with his first-time lap. Goodness, Brett the Jet for sure here tonight from Indianapolis Motor Speedway, 49.46 on the speed charts for him. So quick time with his first time lap. That is that's a scorcher. Tom Richter out there as well. Looks like he's just now beginning to come off of pit road. Tyler Beeman out there in his 91 machine. We'll keep an eye here on Brett Hahn, see if he if he gains any time on his second time lap. If he gets that time any lower, that is a fast first lap, man. I tell you what, Brett Hahn was absolutely on it. Tim Rogers beginning his up-to-speed laps. We'll take a look in here briefly with the 48 as we continue to watch Tyler Beeman make his way off of turn number 3 into turn 4 now. And no, Brett Hahn actually slowing down on his second time lap, 50-20 on his second time lap, so first time on the top of the speed charts for Hahn, 49-46. Beeman gonna cross the line, 52-51. That is not gonna be a very good lap for him, so we'll do and sideways once again. And I tell you what, why don't we jump out there with the man that was fastest in happy hour, the 48 of Tim Rogers. And well, why don't we go with one of our onboard cameras here tonight? Seat of the pants right there from above the driver's visor. On board with the 48 of Tim Rogers on his qualifying laps. Do appreciate the 48 and his crew for allowing us here at Turn 3 Racing Network to put these cameras in the car to bring these great action shots to you here tonight from Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the Kiss the Bricks 160 in Cyber Thunder BladeNode.com Pro Cup Series. We're watching Tim Rogers on his second qualifying lap. Gonna cross the line this time. Where's he gonna go? Third on the speed charts. Oh my goodness. Big time wiggle out of 2. And that's going to be pretty much a trash lap there for the rest of this one. Still on the throttle and on the hot seat. Tim Rogers going to try to he's going to have to make up some time here in turn 3 and 4 if he's going to want to dethrone Brett Hahn from the provisional pole right now with just 3 minutes remaining here in qualifying. Tim Rogers trying to put his 48 back to the top of the speed charts as he did in happy hour. Tanner Tallarico in the one machine now on his qualifying lap as well. We'll jump out there with your season points leader here in just a brief second. Crossing the line, second time. Tim Rogers quicker, but not quick enough. Second on the speed charts. Gonna jump out now with your season points leader, Tanner Tallarico, as he's on his qualifying laps here as well. Drivers pushing the limits on being able to put down their qualifying times. Tanner Tallarico, he's going to have to be on the gas pretty much the entire time. Hardly any lifting if he's going to want to be able to get both of his time laps in here. And a few other drivers also in that seat. Andrew Payne, driver in the 93, goes fourth on the speed charts. Tanner Tallarico going to cross the line that time by. Where's he going to shake out? Fifth on the speed charts, 50-20 for his first time lap. There you see him hard on the gas out of turn number 2. Well, out of 1 and into 2, I should say. Now back to the back stretch. Can Tallarico or Payne snatch the pole away from Brett Hahn here in the final minute of qualifying? As we watch the one of Tanner Tallarico make his way through 3 and now into 4 and then back down the long front stretch here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We do appreciate each and every one of you race fans tuning in here tonight for Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series, brought to you by BladeNode.com, simple web solutions powered by nerds. And with that being said, Tanner Tallarico doesn't improve his time. We're going to go ahead, step down trackside for the national anthem. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back with all your green flag action live here from Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early would so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the boats bursting in out, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Jets flying over, you know what that means, race fans. It's time to set the grid for tonight's Kiss the Bricks 160. And as the field begins to roll off, your starting lineup looks a little something like this. Starting inside row number 1, pole position, the 71 of Brett Hahn. Just to his outside, fastest in happy hour, but shy of the pole here tonight, the 48 of Tim Rogers. Inside row number 2, the 90 of Michael Sturgill, followed by the 1 of Tanner Tallarico. Row number 3, the 93 of Andrew Payne, and the 55 of Eddie Behan. Row number 4, Mike Grandy and Paul Turner, the 25 of Nick Fleury, and Tom Richter will round out your top 10 row. Number 6 here tonight, the 14 of Crank Bell, and the 19 of Jeff Sharp. Row number 7 here tonight, the 2 of Chris Dean, and the 3 of Eric Moyer. Row number 8, the 32 of Chris Wold, and the 29 of Jamie Beasley. Brian Dorsley and Bob Rogerson gonna make up row number 9, rounding out your top 20 here tonight, the 83 of Eric Anderson and the 63 of Andy Cork. Row number 11, the 91 of Tyler Beeman and Frank DiMaggio, and in row number 12, the 27 of Jay Morris and the 22 of Zach Shahalis. Row 13 here tonight, the 101 of Dave Gainforth and the 92 of Bradley Beeman, and rounding out the field for tonight's race, the 248 of Richard Pruitt. And race fans, we are set to go here tonight. Chevy Silverado pace truck ducks on off. We're ready to go. Green flag racing. Brett Hahn brings the field to the green flag. Long way across the bricks. Green flag in the air tonight. First lap underway, Brett Hahn down into turn number 1. Inside lane stacked up, ready to roll. The 48 leads that outside lane. Still double file down through turn number 1. Field makes their way off of turn 1. Very smooth. Field looking good here tonight. Going to take a little bit further back through the field. There you see a lot of cars loose. Jockeying for position off of turn number 2 down this long back stretch. Brett Hahn protecting, trying to keep that inside lane, but on the outside, here comes Michael Sturgill in the 90. He's going to pull right on by Ken, the 48. Oh, contact in the 93 goes hard into the 55 of Eddie Behan. So Andrew Payne and Eddie Behan. Oh, and more contact for some more drivers. Ooh, my goodness, that's going to bring the caution out for the first time here tonight. We'll take a look back here with the turn 3 replay, trying to see what happened here just in front. There you see Eddie Behan already sideways. There's the contact there between Andrew Payne and Eddie Behan. Behan just hard into the outside wall. Payne spinning after that. We'll take one more look at that. And there you see, once again, there's the contact, and around the 93 goes Field, scattering, trying to get their way around. Slight contact for a few other drivers, and then Behan right back into the 93 once again. So those drivers going to have a lot of damage to fix on their cars. Very early here from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We'll go back live with your race leader back at the front of the field. Michael Sturgill with a power move down the back stretch to snatch the lead away from your pole sitter here tonight. So Brett Hahn going to have to start from that outside row the next time we go back. Green flag racing should be next time by, I do believe, is what we're hearing from race control. So things going to get back to a very quick start here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway and Kiss the Bricks 160 and CyberThunderBladeNode.com Pro Cup Series. Looks like a few drivers electing to go ahead and come down pit road. Maybe fuel mileage already being a game that's going through some of the crew chiefs and drivers' minds. Craig Bell, Andy Cork, Brian Dorsey, Zach Shahalis, Dave Gainforth, Jay Morris, Richard Pruitt, as well as Eddie Behan, who was involved in our the first incident here tonight from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. All of those drivers on to pit road. Long extended stay for Eddie Behan. Looks like Andrew Payne also with some time on pit road, and now looks like he's actually behind the pit wall. So a tough break early here tonight for the 93 of Andrew Payne. Mike Grandy, also one of those drivers trying to have a good, solid finish here tonight. Mike knocking on the door of the top 5 in multiple races so far this season. So we'll see what that 12 machine has got here, up one position from where he started tonight's race. We'll just have to wait to see if that translates into any more. Big shout out to the 12 out there on track. Love to see them out there each and every week. Well, I tell you what, we'll wait and see. Well, it's a long way around, so why not anyway? Let's see if we can't go take a word or two with your pole sitter. See if he's cranked up and ready to go here on this restart. And I tell you what, let's see if we can't dial him up. Let's see if we can't grab a quick word with your pole sitter here tonight, the 71 of Brett Hahn. Brett, it's Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I do, Dave.
Hey, bud, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Well, man, congratulations. Took the pole here tonight. Didn't get a chance to talk to you before we went green flag racing, but congratulations on the pole. How's the car feel out there tonight?
Thank you, Dave, and it feels pretty good. I let Sturgill go to try and save some tire, and then we got that early caution, so I'll let him check out a little bit, try and save this right front, and keep it off the wall, because that'll be the name of the game here tonight.
All right, my man. Well, with one to go, we will let you go. But before we do, you want to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody on the side of that car?
For sure. Want to thank Tanner Tallarico, Sign and Design, for doing up the sweet ride. You, Dave, in the booth, broadcasting this thing. All the admins at Cyber Thunder, and then all the loyal Brett the Jet fans out there. My family, my grandparents, mom, dad, brother, sister, and the girlfriend. So, yeah, hopefully we can bring her home in the top 3 and talk to you here later, Dave.
All right, my man. Well, good luck and elbows up.
Thank you.
There you have it. Few words from the man sitting second in the point standings, second on the track. But Brett Hahn and that 71 machine was fastest in qualifying, walking away with the pole award here tonight. Gonna have to restart here as we make our way towards lap number 5. Gonna have to restart on that outside lane, but remember, that was the lane that moved and put Michael Sturgill at the front of the field. We'll have to wait and see how Sturgill fires off here as we come back through turn number 4 and back to the front stretch. Chevy Silverado pace truck gonna duck off this time by And we will get set to go back. Green flag racing here from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The Brickyard. Kiss the bricks. 160 here in Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series. Brought to you by BladeNode.com. Simple web solutions. Powered by nerds. Michael Sturgill hits the gas and green flag flies. Once again here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Back into turn 1. Top 3 drivers all side by side now make it your top 2. As Sturgill begins to step away and drives out in front of the 71 of Hahn. 48 of Rogers down there on the inside just behind him. 25 of Nick Fleury driving to the inside of the 1 of Tanner Tallarico. Rest of the field looks like they're starting to get a little bit more single file. Things coming down through the middle part of this field. There you see that long train of cars beginning to develop as the 25 of Fleury moves to the inside of Tanner Tallarico off of turn number 3, now into 4. Leading the field, Michael Sturgill in the 90 enjoys a 1. Now make it 2-car race lead over your pole sitter, the 71 of Brett Hahn, as they cross the line to begin lap number 7 here tonight. Out of the 65 that is scheduled in the official race distance, 160, I believe it is actually 163 and a half, or maybe, I don't math well. Fastest lap of the race last time by for the 90 of Michael Sturgill, so he is getting on with the task at hand, trying to increase that race lead, but only able to step off to a 2/10 second gap over Brett Hahn. Tim Rogers right there running in third. Nick Fleury in a solid 4th place right now, up 5 positions already from where he started tonight's race, and we'll look a little further through the field at the biggest mover so far of tonight's race. That's the 92 of Bradley Beeman, his Ford Mustang cranked up, ready to go. There you see him right there. Down into turn number 1, out of turn 1 now, heading off into turn 2. More drivers battling for position. Frank DiMaggio up 7 spots from where he started in the 95 machine. There you can see him fighting for position with the 83 of Eric Anderson just in front of him in the underdog Ford Mustang, and that is a heck of a paint scheme as well. Love all of the paint schemes that Eric comes out here with. They are, bar none, just absolutely awesome. Enjoy seeing them each and every week, that's for sure. As we continue green flag racing now, just in front of him, the 32 of Chris Wold battles with Bob Rogerson. Rogerson going up the track, and he's going to fall not just back 1, 2, possibly now 3, maybe even 4 positions, as the 95 of Frank DiMaggio, he makes the pass as well. So Bob Rogerson dropping all the way into 15th spot, and if he's not careful, that 101 of David Gainforth going to be right there to snatch that last spot in the top 15 right out of his hands. Meanwhile, back at the front of the field, nothing changing, nothing happening. Michael Sturgill continuing to lead the field, 0.3 of a second race lead for him. Brett Hahn right there in second. Tim Rogers still in third. Nick Fleury solid 4th. Tanner Tallarico rounds out your top 5 as the field crosses the bricks to begin lap number 9 here tonight. Tell you what, gonna go back through the field just a little bit, see if we can't find a few of the battles going on for you. Chris Dean back here in a battle right now. Looks like him and I believe that maybe, yeah, that is Chris Dean right there all over Tom Richter. Tom with a little different paint scheme here tonight. Caught me off guard a little bit. Used to seeing that BladeNode.com machine out there, but tonight sporting some different colors. So Tom Richter right there, solid 6th place right now, up 4 positions from where he started tonight. And the Whataburger 2 of Chris Dean all over that rear bumper. And I tell you what, race fans, here you go. This is just how close Chris Dean is to the back of Tom Richter as they head down the long back stretch and into turn number 3. Watch that Chevy Camaro close in the distance here. There you see right through the center, closing the distance is Chris Dean now all over the rear deck lid, heading into 4. Richter got to get a solid drive off, and here comes Dean to the outside. Dean looking to make the run on the outside work. Power move into 1, gonna stay all the way out there and pass. Done. Put Chris Dean and the Whataburger machine up into the 6th position. Richter falling back now to 7th. Mike Grandy right there in the 12 machine, just behind him in 8th. Paul Turner, Eric Moyer round out your top 10. Back at the front of the field, not much going on, but Michael Sturgill still not able to really stretch the gap, not able to step away from the rest of the field. Brett Hahn, Tim Rogers both able to keep pace and stay right there in tow. There you see Nick Fleury in that 25 machine. He's trying to get up there and get a sniff of that draft. Fleury sitting 1.2 seconds off your race leader, just 0.8 of a second off of Tim Rogers, and he has got to get up there if he's going to want to try to get any type of help from a draft. But he has got Tanner Tallarico right there behind him, just about a half a second off of Nick Fleury. So Fleury got kind of in a push-pull situation here, trying to pull himself up there to your top 3, but getting pulled back a little bit from Tanner Tallarico in that 1 machine, sitting right there, the last driver inside the top 5. Tallarico going to victory lane last time we were at the track. Already to victory lane 3 times so far this season. Can anybody else make it multiple times to victory lane? Tallarico sitting with 3 race wins. Mike Berg also sitting with multiple race wins. He's got 2 to his name. Brett Hahn has visited victory lane. I believe it was 2 races ago. I apologize, Brett Hahn going to victory lane 2 races ago. Kenny repeated here tonight, fastest in qualifying, but right now sitting in the 2nd spot just behind your race leader, Michael Sturgill. And as you can see up there on the ticker, scrolling through the screen, the 5th place runner, Tanner Tallarico, lit up in green. That's your championship points leader coming into tonight's race number 11 here in the Cyber Thunder BladeNode.com Pro Cup Series. So Tallarico, lit up in green, has a 69-point advantage over Brett Hahn, but Hahn looking to trying to scratch and claw his way back to the front, looking to the inside, going into turn number 3. Can he make the run happen? You heard him say he was going to try to take care of that right front. Did he save the tires? And is that what's happening to Michael Sturgill? Because the 48 of Rogers all over the rear deck lid. Can Hahn now scoot away from the field? Or will Sturgill stay right with him? Maybe just a brief moment, a little bit of a run. Oh, hard impact back through the field for Paul Turner. Very, very hard impact for Paul Turner. He's going to hit the wall. Oh, my goodness. Ooh. Oh, my. We'll take a look back, see here what happened there. You see hard impact with the outside ball. And then Turner, oh, my goodness, hard impact. Stays off the racing line, stays off the track, gets it corrected, and goes back to pit road. So caution not coming out here tonight. Tough break for that 42 of Paul Turner. His night is going to more than likely come to an end after that hard impact with the inside wall. And as the field makes their way across the bricks here tonight in the Kiss the Bricks 160, we begin lap 16 out of the 65 scheduled in the official race distance here tonight. One attempt at a green-white checkered should we need it. No fast repairs for these drivers here in the Cyber Thunder BladeNode.com Pro Cup Series. So gonna have to keep the cars clean, and with that being said, gonna run through a little bit of house cleaning. 27 drivers took to the starting grid here tonight. We have still got 24 drivers out there on the track. 22 drivers on the lead lap out of tonight's race after hard impact. The 3 of Eric Moyer and Drew Payne, as well as the 19 of Jeff Sharp and Paul Turner after hard impact. He stayed on pit road, got the car fixed, but it is definitely not up to speed. Only about 130 miles an hour on track for Paul Turner, so he's going to have to bring it back down pit road more than likely. And here we go. Brett Hahn, he's starting to step away. 0.3 of a second race lead now over Michael Sturgill as Nick Fleury looks to make a pass on the inside, heading down the backstretch. Into turn number 3, has that inside advantage. Will the 48 follow through? Rogers diving to the inside, going into 3. That's going to hang the 90 out. 2, maybe 3 wide racing here in a moment, because here comes the 1 of Tanner Tallarico. Rogers falling off just a little bit, letting the run come to him. Michael Sturgill enjoys the run on the outside, but not going away. Nick Fleury keeping the run going on the inside. Tanner Tallarico now coming to join the cause. And just like that, can Tallarico possibly make it a twofer? Ooh, and just like that, Nick Fleury looks like he's going to go ahead and elect to get back in line. Run just not there, but that's allowed Brett Hahn to step out to a 1 second advantage. And it doesn't look like much. 1.1 seconds on the track. That's all it is. It's about 10 car lengths, and that can be made up very, very quickly here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The draft going to be very much a factor. If Sturgill, Fleury, Tallarico, and Rogers can get lined up. And it looks like Fleury electing to not utilize the runs, and just behind these drivers we have a few more that are kind of packed up with each other. Just behind Chris Dean, Tom Richter, Frank DiMaggio, they run 7th and 8th on the track. Battle for position there you see now going to the inside. Bradley Beeman in the 92, up 16 spots from where he started tonight's race as we work our way around the track, closing in on lap number 20 here tonight in the Kiss the Bricks 160, presented to you by BladeNode.com. BladeNode.com, simple web solutions powered by nerds. .32 of Chris Wold in that Boise State 32 machine, trying to keep Bradley Beeman behind him as we go on board there. Roof cam with the 92 of Bradley Beeman, working his way now back down towards the front stretch, trying to see if he can't make his way a little further into the top 10, trying to take the 9th spot away. Crank Bell sitting just behind these drivers, about 1 second behind them. He's got his own battle with Tyler Beeman underway. Back behind them, multiple other battles on track as well. Zach Shahalis, he's battling back for the 20th position right here with the 67 of Andy Cork. There you see Cork struggling on the outside, and that 67 Cottonelle Ford Mustang. Now down the backstretch, the 22 of Zach Shahalis tries to see if he can't scoot away from Andy Cork, but Cork holding strong on that outside. And there you see a little bit of damage on the front end of that 22 machine. That's going to hurt his chances at a good solid top 5 here tonight, unless a few drivers have some issues. Keeping our eye on timing and scoring. And Nick Fleury, Michael Sturgill, they're still battling. They're lined up 3 in a row on the inside, trying to get by that 90 of Sturgill, and that has let Brett Hahn double that race lead. Now, in less than 10 laps, Hahn has went from just under a 1 second race lead now to just about a 2.2 second race lead. There you see him almost off in the picture, not even in the picture at times anymore. As this battle continues here for the second spot between Michael Sturgill, Nick Fleury, Tanner Tallarico, and Tim Rogers. Now 2-3 wide down the front stretch. Heading into turn number 1, field goes by the front stretch, the famous bricks. Here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, 2 and 3 wide. Once again, double file. Looking like a restart. Here the battle for the second position. So drivers giving it all they got, but nobody able to get by that 90 of Michael Sturgill just yet. And already in almost a lap and a half, Brett Hahn has increased that 2.2 second race lead, now knocking on the door of a 2.8 second race lead. And that is just how quick, a half a second gained in just that lap and a half. So the drivers just behind this 90 machine, they have got to get by and got to get going, because they just do not have the time to waste. Gonna jump up with one of our drone cams here tonight for some of the great racing action going on between these 3-4 drivers here heading into turn number 1. Michael Sturgill continues to keep Nick Fleury, Tanner Tallarico, and Tim Rogers behind him. Not sure how long he can keep it up. Few of the drivers that had already been. Oh, and there you go. There's the moment that these drivers were waiting for. Sturgill having a bit of a moment. Fleury not able to capitalize quick enough, and that opened the door for Tanner Tallarico, and that is what the field does not want to see. Tallarico up into the podium positions, now into that second spot. Can he somehow gap these drivers behind him and go up there and run down Brett Hahn? 3.1 second race advantage had for Hahn as these drivers continue to battle for the second spot. Tanner Tallarico has it, but Fleury looking for that spot back. After an early caution here tonight, we continue green flag racing lap number 24 out of 65 scheduled in the official race distance here tonight in the Kiss the Bricks 160 and Cyber Thunder BladeNode.com's Pro Cup Series. Battle for that second position still continuing to rage on, but just behind them, Frank DiMaggio is slowly making his way into threatening for a top 5 position, trying to get up there and see if he can't run down Michael Sturgill. Chris Dean just behind them. Then you can find the 34 of Tom Richter, Bradley Beeman, Chris Wold. Those two drivers there, you see them side by side battling into turn number 1. Spot gonna go to the 32 of Wold, and Beeman gonna drop to 10th, but here comes Crank Bell and Tyler Beeman. Bell on fresher tires. When we had that caution, Bell elected to come to pit road. He's got, I believe, about 2 or 3 lap fresher tires. Not sure if that's going to be enough of a difference to make a difference, but nonetheless, Bell back into the position he started tonight's race in the 11th spot, looking to knock his way into the top 10, trying to make his way by the 92 of Bradley Beeman. Looking back at the front of the field, not much happening, but Tanner Tallarico slowly chopping in to that 3-second race lead, now down to just 2.7 seconds. So Tallarico slowly but surely here and there a little bit faster. Brett Hahn 53.09 last time by the bricks, 52.79 for Tanner Tallarico. So Tallarico almost 0.3 of a second faster last time by, and Tallarico one of the fastest out there on track last time by. As we continue to watch this battle for the top 10 position, 9, 10, 11, 12, all right there battling for this spot. A little further back through the field, battle for the 15th position. Jay Morris looking to put his 27 back up through the field. Morris with a little bit of trouble earlier here in the race. Got it corrected, got it going, headed back in the right direction. Now Nick Fleury. Looks like Nick may have had a little bit of trouble here. Nick a little bit slow going down the backstretch. Nothing looks damaged or torn up on the right side, so maybe just a little bit sideways coming out of the corner, and Tallarico going to step away from that battle for the third place. Now Tim Rogers, Michael Sturgill, Nick Fleury trying to make his way back up to them, but he's got the 95 of Frank DiMaggio all over his bumper right now, heading down the front stretch, crossing the bricks back into turn one. We continue this long green flag run here from Indianapolis Motor Speedway in the Kiss the Bricks 160 in Cyber Thunder BladeNode.com Pro Cup Series. These drivers all out there putting them down, man. I'm telling you, these lap times not really falling off from the fast lap so far here tonight. So lap after lap, just absolutely laying it down out there. All these drivers putting in almost, I wouldn't say qualifying times, but putting in a ton of great laps. As some of the drivers try to snake and break the draft. Tim Rogers tries to break the draft on the 90 of Sturgill, and there you see the 95 of Frank DiMaggio now up into the top 5, up 17 positions from where he started tonight's race. That is your biggest mover of the race so far here tonight. Gonna work through and do a little bit of house cleaning as we close in on the halfway point of tonight's race. Looks like Andy Cork bringing his 67 machine to pit road. And as we may see, green flag pit stops begin. We'll go ahead and give you some house cleaning. 27 drivers took to the starting grid here tonight. We have still got 23 drivers out there on track. 18 drivers still on the lead lap. Andy Cork going to go one lap down after making a green flag pit stop. You're on board with the 95 Skittles machine of Frank DiMaggio, trying to run down that 90. Just in front of him, Michael Sturgill enjoyed the race lead for about 10 to 12 laps, and then Brett Hahn was able to make his way by, and away he went, stepped away from everybody. And Tallarico has cut into the race lead. We said that already here once, race fans, but ever since he made up those about 3 to 4 tenths, he has not been able to make up any more ground lap times, all over each other between Hahn and Tallarico. Last time by 53.06 to 53.04. Third place Rogers with a 53.02. So your top three runners all on top of each other as far as lap times concerned. Your race leader, your pole sitter, making his way halfway down the backstretch, heading towards turn number 3, enjoying a 2.4 second race lead over second place Tanner Tallarico. And as we close in, and we're knocking on the door of the halfway point, might as well. Why don't we go ahead and do a little driver detail, your top 10 as they run here tonight. Crossing the line, leading the field in the Kiss the Bricks 160. The 71 of Brett Hahn out of Brighton, Michigan. Is that Michigan? I believe that is Brighton, Michigan. 21 years old. And I'll tell you what, he's on his way to victory lane if he can keep this thing up right now, sitting pretty at the front of the field, running in the top spot. Driver just behind him, leading the point standings coming into tonight's race. Driver sitting in second, 24-year-old from Charlotte, Michigan, Tanner Tallarico. Tim Rogers running in the third spot. There you see him out of New York. Tim very fast there in happy hour, missing the pole. Solid run so far here, running in third. Back to the 4th place driver, Frank DiMaggio, out of Windsor, Ontario. Ontario? Oh, these guys are going to have a field day with me now. Frank DiMaggio with a solid run right now, man. I'm telling you, solid doesn't even do it justice. Up 18 spots from where he started tonight's race, sitting in the 4th spot. So the driver inside that 95 machine looks to improve that and see if he can't spoil the show at the front. Just behind him, running in the 5th spot, there you see the 28-year-old out of Cincinnati, Ohio, Michael Sturgill. Michael, me and you going to have to get up with each other, bud. I need to get some low prices on them Cincinnati Bengals merchandise. Yes, don't hate me. Don't beat me up because I'm a Bengals fan. I know. Green flag pit stops underway as we were trying to work our way through the top 10. So we'll go ahead and we'll wait a little bit longer for the rest of that as the field makes their way down pit road. Brett Hunt, Tanner Tallarico, Michael Sturgill, Nick Fleury all onto pit road. So it looks like pretty much the top of the field as Frank DiMaggio now takes over the lead of the race as Tim Rogers lets him goes by. Those two drivers all staying out on track. Chris Dean, Tom Richter, Crank Bell, Bradley Beeman, Tyler Beeman, Brian Dorsey, Jay Morris, Eric Anderson all staying out on track. And how long will DiMaggio keep that 95 machine out there, or will he bring the Skittles Chevy ZL1 Camaro to pit road this time by? We see a Chevy dominated field, and no, DiMaggio, he's going to stay on out, but Rogers, he's going to come to pit road this time by. All of the drivers that made their pit stop all able to stay on the lead lap, but they are way behind your race leader, Tanner Tallarico. Brett Hahn sitting about 40 seconds behind Frank DiMaggio. And looking at the pit stop time, looking at the pit delta, you're looking at anywhere from a 49 to 52 seconds pit lane delta. So the time on and off of pit road about anywhere from 49 to 52 seconds. Frank DiMaggio sitting 38 seconds in front of Brett Hahn, who was your race leader, pitted from the race lead. Ooh, and the 95 a little bit loose there, and he's stretching this thing on out, possibly looking for a for sure one stopper here tonight as Tom Richter, he's had enough. He waves the white flag. He brings his 34 machine down to pit road as it looks like Crank Bell goes one lap down, as well as Eric Anderson. Zach Shahalis also on pit road going down one lap. That's going to leave us with 13 drivers left on the lead lap. Tim Rogers, who pitted on lap 34 just 2 laps ago. Last driver on the lead lap, 50 seconds behind your race leader, and that is just about where these drivers are lapping. So there you go. Not very far to go to get to the back end of Tim Rogers, and that has got to make Frank DiMaggio feel pretty sporty about where he's sitting right now, as he's going to actually put a few drivers down a lap, it looks like, as Jay Morris, Brian Dorsey, Tom Richter, they all make their way off of pit road. But there you see Tom Richter going down one lap just behind him, because Frank DiMaggio is right there, man. I'm telling you, DiMaggio stretching this thing on out, going to make this interesting. Your top 11 left on the lead lap: Frank DiMaggio, Chris Dean, Bradley Beeman, Tyler Beeman, Brett Hahn, Richard Pruitt, Tanner Tallarico, Michael Sturgill, Nick Fleury, Tim Rogers, and Tom Richter. Last drivers on the lead lap. First car one lap down. Crank Bell sitting in that 12th spot, but Tyler Beeman, Bradley Beeman both onto pit road. In their box, down and away goes Bradley, and here comes DiMaggio back to pit road. We'll keep an eye on Brett Hahn, who's going to look to take over the race lead. Chris Dean in the 2 in the Whataburger machine. Oh my goodness. He's going to push the envelope a little bit farther. He takes one lap lead, point for a lap being led here in the Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series, sponsored by BladeNode.com. BladeNode.com, simple web solutions powered by nerds. Brett Hahn yet to pass DiMaggio. There it is now as DiMaggio has made his way down and off of pit road. But he is going to lose some time. Tallarico also making his way by Richard Pruitt as DiMaggio now falling outside of the top 5. And he has still got to get up to speed. Nick Fleury closing in very, very fast, but not sure if Fleury's going to get there in time. There you see it. But Frank DiMaggio going from the race lead all the way back to the 6th spot. He's still up 16 positions from where he started tonight's race. As Zach Shahalis makes a pass on Bob Rogerson for the 21st spot. Back through the field, Nick Fleury made the pass right there on screen on Frank DiMaggio. Michael Sturgill with a pass back for 4th position up here as well. So Sturgill looking to move back to the front as he made the pass on Richard Pruitt. Eric Anderson also making a pass for 15th position over Eric Anderson. Over Jay Morris. Yeah, you like that? Eric Anderson makes the pass on Eric Anderson. That's some Matrix stuff right there for you. I tell you what else is some Matrix stuff here. Early caution here tonight from Indianapolis Motor Speedway on lap number 1. Since the restart, we have been green flag racing. Lap number 40 shortly underway. We are closing in, and there you see it. 26 laps remaining here tonight in the Kiss the Bricks 160 in Cyber Thunder BladeNode.com Pro Cup Series, and down towards pit road comes the 24 of Richard Pruitt as well. He's going to give up the 4th position. Now that green flag pit stops have cycled through. Brett Hahn has regained the race lead and has gained almost 2 seconds. Now make it 3 over Tanner Tallarico. A 4.8 second gap back to Tanner Tallarico. So Hahn having to deal with some heavy lap traffic right now going by the 67 of Andy Cork. 67 Cottonelle Target Ford Mustang going down 1 lap here now, looking to set his sights on Dave Gainforth is your race leader Brett Hahn, and Hahn very methodically alluded to what he was gonna do, and he has done just that. Took care of that right front and now enjoys. There you see it on the screen. That's Tanner Tallarico way back there in the distance. And he has got about a half of a straightaway lead over Tanner Tallarico. That is a huge, huge advantage. Gonna go through the field. Here's a battle on track for position. Tom Richter looking to take the spot away from Nick Fleury. That's a battle for 6th and 7th position on track as Richter looks to the bottom now. Looks to make the pass slide job, if you will. A nice slide job, a gentleman's slide job there by Tom Richter in that 34 machine as he tries to take his Chevy ZL1 Camaro and put it into a podium position. Drivers all spread out, but small battles still being had. Bradley Beaming now making a pass as we've got a 3-car battle, the 92-32 as well as the 9 of Brian Dorsey. That's a battle for 11th, 12th, and 13th on track. Back at the front of the field, Brett Hahn still leads by 4.7 seconds. Tallarico with an advantage of about 5 seconds over Michael Sturgill, who enjoys a 3-second advantage over Frank DiMaggio. So the front of the field a little bit spread out. Battle is through the back of the pack, and this is one of the closest battles. Oh, caution! Flag comes out. Richard Pruitt with some trouble. Driver of that 24 Exalta machine with some trouble. We'll wait and see what happened here with the replay. And there you see, after some trouble, Pruitt comes back on track. Yellow flag flies. We'll take a look, see what happened here. We'll go back a little bit further and ride with the 24 as he makes his way off of pit road after his green flag pit stop. See if maybe the car just got away from him, getting up to speed and back onto the track. Apron can be very, very slippery out there, especially on the fresh tires. Still not really seeing anything that may have upset the car. So not quite sure what would have happened right there, but nonetheless, we do find ourselves under caution for the second time here tonight as driver involved, the 24 of Richard Pruitt down there on pit lane, will jump up with your race leader back behind that Chevy Silverado pace truck. 22 laps to go. Who's going to come to pit road? We've seen green flag pit stops about 15 or so laps ago. As a matter of fact, let's not even guess about it. Let's go ahead and throw up the way it looks like most of the tire strategies playing out right there. 10-lap tires for your top three. DiMaggio with the freshest out there inside your top 8, sitting with 6-lap-old tires. So I wonder if a tire strategy is going to come into play here late in the race. Drivers started the race with 3 sets of tires. Who's going to come and get the fresh ones? Looks like a lot of the drivers at the front going to come. Your top 2, 3 going to come or going to stay out on track. Brett Hahn, Frank DiMaggio, and Crank Bell. Chris Dean also going to stay out there as Dean onto pit road not very long ago. And as the lucky dog goes by, that's the 67 of Andy Cork. We're going to step away for a brief commercial break, pay a few bills. You know how that goes, race fans, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back with all your green flag action live here in the Cyber Thunder BladeNode.com Pro Cup Series.
Assist to the front bumper, and he hits him again now. Ray Alfala into the outside wall.
He's gonna pass nearly 3 cars down that front straightaway, and he's gonna get them all done with. What amazing!
Lee to the inside goes Logan Cloudman is gonna touch in. Pit press sequence. What a save!
Look to the outside as Cronkite goes off. De Jong into second place.
Going for the switchback. Oh, pinpoint driving.
It's howling down to the inside.
He's trying this contact though. Slide left to the racetrack. Chris Benner drives it back down underneath, and he takes that second spot right back. Joker goes to Garrett Lowe. Garrett Lowe should take victory with all that contact.
He's going to try and make the move around the outside the Parabolica. That's not going to work, but he's going to try and get the cutback here. Get the run out the Parabolica. That's beautifully done there. Michael Schumacher, there's a little bit of door banging as well.
Representatives are currently busy. Please stay on the line, and your call will be answered by the next available representative. The estimated hold time is currently less than 96 minutes. You are currently caller number 32.
Are you tired of getting blown out of the water by other web hosting solutions? At BladeNode.com, our affordable web hosting and quick customer support is our #1 priority. BladeNode Web Hosting was started with a mission to provide premium hosting at half the price as other hosts without sacrificing features, reliability, and 24/7 customer support with a live technician. Join our community today by visiting BladeNode.com and using promo code BLADE10 for 10% off your first package.
Backtrack side as the field makes their way through turn number 3. Double file, ready to go. Back green flag racing here at the end of tonight's Kiss the Bricks 160, 65 laps scheduled in the official race distance. We have got under 20 laps remaining. Can your pole sitter capture the flag here tonight in the Kiss the Bricks 160 Chevy Silverado pace truck? Gonna duck off. We're ready to go. Back green flag racing once again here tonight. Field into the restart box and green flag flies. Once again, field takes the green with 19 laps to go. Hahn on the inside. Outside DiMaggio. Field clean through 1 into turn number 2. Hahn enjoys the advantage on the outside. The 95 of Frank DiMaggio. 14 of Crank Bell. Where did he come from? Up a ton of positions up into the 4th spot as Chris Dean now slots into the 3rd position. Single file for your top 5 as Michael Sturgill, last driver in the top 5. Tom Richter right there running in the 6th spot. We'll get a little bit closer to the action for you here tonight. Drivers making their way off the corner right at you, right in your living room, coming back down the front stretch. And while we've got a chance, while we've got an opportunity, why don't we throw it to something you love, something I love. Gonna head down trackside for a little bit of Turn It Up. Man, oh man, what a great sight that is. What a great sound. And Michael Sturgill in the 90 has taken over the race lead off of turn number 2. Heading down the backstretch, Brett Hahn now struggling to keep the 95 of DiMaggio behind him. Double file 2 deep heading into 3. Who's going to take that spot? Hahn's trying to make it work on the high side. Gets a little loose. Pushes up. That's going to open the door for a lot of drivers on the inside. DiMaggio through to 2nd. Richter to 3rd. Here comes Tallarico in 4th. Stepping away, though, Michael Sturgill enjoys a 1.2 second race lead over the field. Now can Richter make the pass on DiMaggio? He's going to contact, and Hahn goes around. Brett Hahn involved in this latest incident. We'll take a look back, see what happened here, see if we can't get a better angle at what happened. There you see the contact, the 2 of Dean just into the 71, just a little bit. Hahn going sideways and then correcting it, so we'll take a look. I'll tell you what, I do believe we've got one of them, so why don't we see if we can't take a look from the cockpit there. Sideways. Oh my God. One more. Almost 90 degrees sideways in the middle of turn number 1, one of the fastest corners on this track. And somehow Hahn was able to wheel that thing back straight and keep it out of the wall. Oh my goodness. So the caution comes out with 15 laps to go here from Indianapolis Motor Speedway and Cyber Thunder BladeNote.com's Pro Cup Series. Kiss the Bricks 160. Do want to take a minute while we find ourselves at a crawl to thank each and every one of you joining us here tonight, whether you're a fan, friend, family, casual stopper, buyer, or just someone who randomly found us. We do appreciate you sticking it out, staying with us, whether it's just tonight or each and every night here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. While you're at it, if you haven't already, throw these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side, get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Darkside, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you. Without you, there'd be no us, so we do appreciate you stopping by each and every time you do. If you haven't already, scroll down through the description, head on over there to bladenode.com. If you're tired of slow internet speeds, if you're tired of your web host jacking you around, not giving you what you pay for, you can get the best at the bottom dollar. Head on over there to bladenode.com. Simple web solutions powered by nerds. Another big shout out on hand for Tanner Tallarico. Tallarico Sign and Design out there doing a lot of fresh paint schemes for a lot of different drivers through the field. There you can see a Tallarico Sign and Design paint scheme being had by that 34 of Tom Richter. So Richter sporting some Tallarico merchandise, or sporting a wrap. I shouldn't say merchandise, as we do have a few drivers coming to pit road for some tires. Frank DiMaggio, Brett Hahn, Chris Dean, Crank Bell, Brian Dorsey, Jay Morris, Chris Wold, all to pit road for some fresh tires. And with this rash of cautions here late in the race, that has brought us back up to 18 drivers back on to the lead lap. Jamie Beasley in the 29 Ford Mustang, last driver on the lead lap. The 22 of Zach Shahala sitting in the lucky dog position. There you see him beaten, damaged front end for that 22 machine, but still out there trying to turn some laps, get as many points as he can out of tonight's race. And as the field makes their way back towards the front stretch, back into turn number 4 now, the Chevy Silverado Pace Truck lights should go out this time by. We should have 1 to go, and that's going to leave us with just 12 laps left in tonight's Kiss the Bricks 160. Will we see a green-white checkered attempt? Will we have to use it? Race statistics and trends show right here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway we have had a handful of green-white checkered in the past few races here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So we'll see if that race trend continues. Last caution coming out with 3 laps to go. Average caution coming out with 6 laps to go. So we'll have to wait and see. Very interesting to note that there's about 10 lap difference on the tires here. Frank DiMaggio in the 95 going to line up in the 11th position on this restart. He has just come to pit road to get some fresh tires, so he leads the drivers of those fresh tires. Going to be interesting to see how fast he can make his way up through the field. A lot of drivers behind him with fresh tires as well. Brett Hahn, Chris Dean, Crank Bell, Brian Dorsey, Jay Morris, Chris Wold, as well as Jamie Beasley. So from 10th on up, they've got some older tires, man. They've got about 15 lap older tires than the drivers behind them. It's going to be tough to keep them behind them, but I'm sure these drivers are up to the task. Bringing the field back to the green flag, the 90 of Michael Sturgill will have the inside row. Tom Richter just to his outside. Tanner Tallarico gonna line up. Second car inside row. 48 of Tim Rogers will line up just to his outside as the field makes their way off of turn 4. We're ready to go back. Green flag racing here from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Pace truck down and away. Green flag in hand and on the gas. Green flag flies. Once again here from Indianapolis Motor Speedway, Michael Sturgill gets off to a slow go down there on the inside. Tallarico gonna push him down into turn 1. Tallarico now muscling his way to the second spot. Can he go up there and take away the top spot from Michael Sturgill and make it back-to-back race wins in 4 on the season? Tallarico hunting the spot. Looking to take that second spot away from Tom Richter. Richter now falling to the third position. Here comes the 91 of Tyler Beeman as well. Tim Rogers, Nick Fleury, Bradley Beeman. Your top 7, Frank DiMaggio, now already up to the 8th spot. Here he comes with the fresh tires. The man on the mission. Up 14 spots. Frank DiMaggio looking to carve his way up through the field. Tanner Tallarico hot on the trail of Michael Sturgill. Tallarico hunting a 4th win. Can he make it back-to-back race weekends? And look at this long stretch of cars now ducking out. Looks like that was Nick Fleury. Or Bradley Beeman, I apologize, looking to the inside of Nick Fleury as Frank DiMaggio right there looking to follow suit as well. And I'm telling you, DiMaggio is in a hurry. Brett Hahn not really going anywhere with those fresh tires. He's stuck and mired back in traffic, back in the 11th spot. There you see him just at the tail end of that line of cars being led by that 95 on those fresher tires. Beeman just somewhat of a moving roadblock at this point in time for DiMaggio as Brian Dorsey and Chris Dean, they fight just behind this battle here on screen. Battle for the race lead. Tanner Tallarico taking the top spot with 10 laps to go. Hasn't been at the front all race long. And when I say hasn't been at the front, I mean in the race lead, but now taking the race lead with 10 laps to go, coming to take 9 laps remaining here in the Kiss the Bricks 164 Cyber Thunder BladeNode.com Pro Cup Series. Tallarico looking to make it 2 in a row. Hard battles being had as Frank DiMaggio, another 2 positions gained, up to the 6th spot with those fresh tires. We'll keep an eye on DiMaggio, and we're going to keep an eye on this battle here for the top spot. Tanner Tallarico trying to keep Michael Sturgill, Tim Rogers, Tom Richter behind them, but the men to be worried about, they are coming. Frank DiMaggio, Chris Dean, Brett Hahn, now 6th, 7th, and 8th. DiMaggio with a big run, and he's going to do away with Tyler Beeman. Put DiMaggio back inside the top 5, and here he is. Here he is. He has arrived. 8 laps to go, and the man with some of the freshest tires is right there, chomping away at the lead of the drivers in front of him. Tom Richter right there in front of him, just about 6 hundredths of a second in front of DiMaggio, and just like that, DiMaggio to the inside and around. And Richter gonna fall back now to the 5th place, and he's gonna have to fend off a few other drivers with some fresh tires. Brett Hahn in the 71 got a little bit of ground back to him, but he's the next driver on those fresh tires. And unfortunately, Brett, after leading the majority of the race, fortunately, late caution finds him back through the field. Contact. And just like that, Tanner Tallarico, since making the pass on Sturgill, has done away with the field, now up to almost a 1-second lead for Tallarico and that one machine. But here comes DiMaggio looking to make the pass on Rogers, and he is only 0.8 of a second off of Tanner Tallarico. So if he can do away with Rogers here quick off of turn number 4. Oh, and here it comes. DiMaggio looking for the second spot. Here goes Hahn, 3 wide behind him for 4th. Spot goes to DiMaggio. Spot goes to Hahn. Put Hahn up into 5th right there, and he's going to take away that 4th position this time off of turn number 2. No problem right there for Hahn, so put Hahn into 4th, and he's looking to hunt down Tim Rogers and possibly take a podium spot away here tonight. But Tanner Tallarico has got to be looking in the mirror. He has got to hear his crew chief and spotter telling him, hey, man, you got to give me all you got because that 95 is coming, and he's going to be here any moment. There you see it, just 0.2 of a second race lead now for Tanner Tallarico as the 95 of DiMaggio closes in, and he is there. Tallarico dropping to the bottom into turn number 1 to try to protect that lane and protect the run, but I don't think he's going to be able to keep those fresh tires behind him. There you see him trying to block that run down on the bottom, and DiMaggio just pushes him into the corner. Now looking to drop to the bottom and see if he can make these drivers snake along with him. DiMaggio staying on the bottom. Rogers looking to crossover. Close racing action here. 1st, 2nd, 3rd. Here comes Hahn in 4th. With 5 laps to go off of turn number 4, your top 3 throw them under a blanket, separated by just 0.3 of a second. Here comes Brett Hahn. Hahn now knocking on the door. Under half a second separates your top 4 side by side into 1. Tanner Tallarico on the bottom. The 95 of DiMaggio has the fresh tires. Looking to high side hustle power move into turn number 2 for DiMaggio. New race leader off of turn number 2, the Skittles. 95 machine of Frank DiMaggio puts that Chevy ZL1 Camaro in front of the rest of the competitors. 4 laps remaining. That's only, 17 corners? You still got to go through turn number 4, so 17 corners. Hey, look at that. I math. Off of turn 4, almost a little bit sideways. That 95 of Frank DiMaggio now looks to set sail. Brett Hahn right there inside the top 5, inside the podium spots. Can he make his way by the 1 of Tanner Tallarico and give a fight to Frank DiMaggio for the race lead? After taking the pole, leading the most laps here tonight, Brett Hahn found some contact late on in the race, got behind the field a little bit, and now made his way back inside not only the top 5, but inside the top 3 in a podium spot, looking to take away the 2nd position from Tanner Tallarico. As your top 3, they have stepped away with just 3 laps to go. We're going to take a look at a few other battles going on here as the 95 begins to step away from Hahn and Tallarico, battling behind him. Half a second race lead as Popsicle sticks for that 95 of DiMaggio. Tom Richter, there you see him right there on screen. He's got Crank Bell just in front of him. Michael Sturgill in the 90 right there as well. Closing the distance, Brian Dorsey. Small battles going on just back behind them. It looks like Jamie Beasley closing the distance on the 101 of Dave Gainforth. That battles for 16th and 17th position, but back at the front, still battling for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Tim Rogers right there trying to keep Chris Dean behind him, trying to see if he can't run down Tanner Tallarico as Brett Hahn was able to make the pass and take that 2nd spot away, but coming back through the front stretch, crossing the bricks. White flag, final lap here in the Kiss the Bricks 160 from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Your race leader, the 95 of Frank DiMaggio, looking to take that Skittles Chevy ZL1 Camaro to victory lane. Can he get the job done? Make the field taste the rainbow. Brett Hahn right there in 2nd. Tanner Tallarico in 3rd. Looks like those positions should stick. Just one more corner remains for Frank DiMaggio, and the entire field looking to go to victory lane for the first time this season, coming back across the stripe. Your race winner. There he is, the 95 of Frank DiMaggio, walking away with the race win here tonight in the Kiss the Bricks 160 with a great run through the field with just about 10 laps remaining to take the race win here tonight. Heck of a job. Well done by that 95. Oh my goodness, what a great run as well by Brett Hahn. Back up through the field after that contact to take a second place podium spot. Tanner Tallarico, once again your points leader with a great run. He's going to finish in the third spot in that final podium position. There you see some drivers showing the 95 of DiMaggio a little bit of love here. Not a lot of drivers even electing to go by him. Showing a lot of respect for that race win being had by Frank DiMaggio. And man, I tell you what, that was a great run there for DiMaggio at the end. And well, with that being said, race fans, we're going to step away from the track, get things set up for your post-race interviews. But before we do, yeah, you better believe we're going to stay here for... Oh, my goodness, what is Michael... Michael Sturgill had enough with that 90, and, well, there you see a little bit of fun, a little bit of a stand-up action, I guess? I don't know. There you see him enjoying the moment, burning it down after his first race win this season, the 95 of Frank DiMaggio. Man, I tell you what, he is absolutely loving it down there. Heck of a job, man. Well, we're going to step away for just a brief moment. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back with all your post-race interviews live here from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And back trackside as promised, as the replay on screen. We'll see if we can't catch up and have a few words with a few of the drivers finishing in the podium spots here tonight. Let's see if we can't get in a quick word or two with the driver that leads the point standings but finished in third place here tonight, the one of Tanner Tallarico. It's Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I do, Dave. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How about yourself, my man?
I'm doing all right. That was a crazy one there. Definitely got to figure out this tire strategy game. This is all completely new to me this year. I haven't ever had to really deal with the tire limits on iRacing yet, and I just got to figure out what's the right call to make. And I swear, whenever I think I'm making the right call late in these races when the cautions come out, it just always end up getting the short end of the stick, it seems like. But nonetheless, those guys are really fast. Frank was on a mission tonight. I did everything I could to try to keep him back there. Threw a mean block on him at one point, and he was so fast there at the end. I knew if I did it again, it probably wasn't going to end all that great. So did everything I could, but man, he was coming really quick.
Yeah, I mean, what went through your mind, though? You won last week. It was late in the stages of the race after that caution. You were leading the race. Did you think you could make it back-to-back wins and make it 4 wins on the season?
Oh, for a minute there, I really thought that I'd be able to, and I want to win for Advanced Auto Parts so bad. There's been a couple races this season where we've been really, really close and lost them in the closing stages of the race like that, and I'm trying the hell out of winning these races, man. I'm telling you, I don't know what else I got to do different, but yeah, we got down to the end there, and I had a good battle with Sturgill, and I got around him, and I kind of knew that if it was going to go green to the end and we weren't going to get any cautions, that I might be in trouble, and that those guys that pit there just after me, and I think Tim and a couple other guys pitted, they were probably going to get back to us, and they did. And really at that point, all I could really do is hit my marks and try to minimize the time loss and hope that, I was able to somehow hold them off. But they were just, the tires were a really big advantage there at the end. I personally didn't think they'd be that big of an advantage. I kind of figured, they were about 4 laps fresher than we were, and that might be good for maybe a couple hundredths of a second. But there at the end, I was just looking at the timesheets, and it looks like they were worth a tenth to a tenth and a half most laps. So just the wrong call on pit road. That's all it was. And definitely got the speed. Just got to keep doing the things that I'm doing, and hopefully the cards start to fall our way here, this pit strategy.
Absolutely, I hear you. Tire strategy, pit strategy can throw you off sometimes, but nonetheless still having a great run, finishing in the 3rd spot here tonight. So before we let you go, Tanner, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous?
Yeah, absolutely. First and foremost, I do want to give a big shout out to Advanced Auto Parts, and I know Frank at Advance is just itching at me to get a win for him, and he's been telling me every time I go in there that he wants to get a picture printed out of the first ever iRacing win. It's a pretty big deal to those guys, and hang it on the wall. And I'm trying to get it for them. I know they're probably watching right now. I'm trying, man. I'm trying my heart out. Proco, of course. You guys at Turn 3 for putting this on, and all my friends and everybody back at Cyber Thunder, my teammates, Tom and Tim and Andrew. I know Andrew's night got off on the wrong foot pretty early, but Andrew as well, and Brett and Nick, and everybody that makes this thing go around. It's nice to get on here in the world that we're living in right now and just kind of get away from everything, regardless of how your night goes. It's just it's nice to get on here and kind of get away from it all. We appreciate it. Appreciate you, Dave, for doing all this. This is great.
Well, absolutely. I appreciate the kind words, and we'll try to catch up with you next week when I believe, let's see, where are we going next week? Got to flip through some pages here and figure this out, but anyways, yeah, we'll see. We'll catch up with you next week, Tanner. I can't get my book open here. I'm struggling, guys, struggling. Milwaukee, the Milwaukee Mile. That's going to be great. So we'll wait, and we'll catch up with you again next week.
Alrighty. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it.
All right, there you have it. Some few final words from the driver finishing in the 3rd place here tonight. And that's going to lead us into our 2nd place interview. Driver finishing in that 2nd spot after leading the majority of the race and walking away with the pole position. The 71 of Brett Hahn. Man, gut-wrenching feeling there, not being able to walk away with the race win.
Oh yeah, for sure, Dave. I was really hoping to not see that yellow flag when it flew. I'll tell you what. I was telling myself, I'm like, oh man, I'm probably gonna expect it and what to do. I knew whatever I did on the pit strategy, everyone else would do the opposite. So I'm like, might as well stay out and hope that and caution comes out again and I can use up these tires.
Well, you mentioned there going to pit lane for those fresh tires. It looks like that was the right call because you and the driver that actually finished in front of you both came down, got them fresh tires. Walk us through a little bit of that run. Just how much faster were those tires in those last 10 laps?
Oh yeah, they were a surprisingly big difference, especially through the after the short shoots of 2 and 4. They could get some huge runs on the guys down the straightaways, but I got a little bit bottled up on the initial start, and that's what gave DiMaggio the huge 5 more car lead than he had on me, and I just never could make those back up. But yeah, the tires I think were the right call. We had the caution just fly perfectly, that third caution to come in and take those tires at the perfect time.
Well, Brett, unable to capture the magic of 2 weeks ago, but you were right there knocking on the door. We look at going to Milwaukee Mile next week. Tell us your thoughts at looking ahead towards that track, and does tonight's race give you any confidence heading into that track, which is also a pretty flat-cornered track, just like here at Indianapolis?
Well, Dave, I'll tell you what, I don't have too much experience at Milwaukee. I actually just ran my first race with these guys in the Xfinity cars a few weeks ago there, but I do enjoy short track racing. That's my kind of forte and where I really cut my teeth on iRacing, doing a lot of short track racing and not too much of the NASCAR stuff. So whenever we kind of go to a short-ish track, I know Milwaukee's a mile, so it's technically not a short track, but you for sure drive it like one. So I'm excited to go there and hopefully rip off another good finish.
Well, Brett, once again, it's been a pleasure talking to you, as it always is. Congratulations on a great race finish, even though it is a second. Congratulations with the most laps led, as well as the pole position here tonight in the Kiss the Bricks 160. So before we let you go, you want to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody on the side of the car?
Yep. First, thank you, Dave. And yeah, too bad we couldn't do the clean sweep there with the pole, the most laps led, and the win, but we'll get it one day. But yep, want to thank you for doing the broadcast, the admins of Cyber Thunder for putting all these group guys together, all the drivers out there, all the Brett the Jet fans out there, my grandparents watching the YouTube, dad, mom, brother, sister, girlfriend, and yeah, thanks for interviewing me, Dave, and hopefully talk to you here next week at Milwaukee Mile.
All right, my man. Well, once again, as always, it's been a pleasure, and we'll try to catch up with you trackside next week.
All right, sounds good, Dave. Have a good one.
All right, there you have it. Final words from the driver finishing in the second position here tonight after walking away with the pole position in the most laps led, just falling short of the clean sweep. Driver of that 71 machine, Brett Hahn. But the man of the moment, the man of the hour, getting the job done, walking away with the race win, driver of that 95, Frank DiMaggio. How you feeling, man? How are you doing?
Oh, I'm pretty pumped. That was a lot of fun. I haven't really finished too many of these Thursday races, and it's nice to have some luck and get some breaks, and we were able to get up front and get ourselves a win.
Walk us through the end of the race. You and a handful of drivers elected to come to pit road on lap 51 with just about 9-10 laps remaining in the race. How confident were you of that decision in knowing that the tires were going to be that big of a difference?
Well, I didn't really have, I don't think, race-winning speed when we had that big long run. Brett and Tanner were so far out ahead, I don't think I really had a chance, so that really helped me out, that yellow. I'm not really racing for points, so when everyone pitted in front of me, I decided I was going to stay out, do the opposite of what they did, and it worked out pretty well. We had that yellow 5, 6, 7 laps right after, and come on in, put those fresh tires on, and luckily on that final restart, the bottom lane got going and the top lane kind of checked up and kind of threw Brent a little bit further back there. So just picking my way through one at a time. I didn't think I was going to be able to get back to the front. And with about 5-6 to go, Tanner threw a block on the inside, which I don't blame him. I probably would have done the same thing. Next straightaway, he gave me the outside, so I tried it and it stuck. So worked out pretty well.
Well, my man, I want to give you a big congratulations all the way from down here in North Carolina. I know you're up there in Ontario. Heck of a drive, man. I didn't know if you were going to be able to do it. And regardless of what you may think of was under the hood or the abilities behind the wheel, dude, that was a hell of a drive with 10 laps to go to come from outside of the top 10 to pretty much walk away from the field on that last lap, man. Frank, that was a drive, man, and I hope we get to see some more of that here. I know you're not running for points, but I hope to see a hard charge in there and maybe in victory lane again.
Yeah, that's the goal. I'm coming here to try and win races and run up front, so I don't really care about the points. And try and race everyone with respect and not ruin anyone's championship or their season. But yeah, we'll see what we can do next week. I'm not really a fan of Milwaukee, so we'll see how things go.
All right, Frank. Well, once again, congratulations on the first win of the season here in the Cyber Thunder BladeNode.com Pro Cup Series. Before we let you go and celebrate anymore, you want to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody on the side of the car?
I just want to thank everyone at BladeNode.com for putting this together. A lot of work goes into it, and got a pretty fun league here, so really appreciate everyone's hard work. Everyone at Turn 3 Racing Network, love watching the broadcast, going back, seeing what's going on, watching what the fans say. And all my buddies over at Long Shot Motorsports. Jade got me in here, and they've been very supportive and cut me some breaks, so I appreciate that.
Well, a heck of a job once again, my man, and we hope you continue some winning ways, and we'll catch up with you a little bit later in the season.
All right, take it easy.
All right, there you have it. Final parting words from your race winner, Frank DiMaggio, getting the job done with just about 10 laps to go in tonight's race, driving through the field and up into the top spot and walking away as the race winner here tonight. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, man, oh man, most of the drivers are already back to their haulers. Whew, what a night. What a race here from Indianapolis Motor Speedway in the Kiss the Bricks 160. And drivers going to have to go back across the country. Get ready for the Milwaukee Mile. Very flat track, very flat corners. So tonight's run at Indianapolis Motor Speedway may very well just lend its hand at somewhat of a practice for Milwaukee Mile. But man, what a historic night here. First time winner in the Cyber Thunder BladeNode.com Pro Cup Series. The 95 of Frank DiMaggio walks away with his first race win at the Brickyard. The Kiss the Bricks 160 in the books. Race number 11 down and away. And it looks like producers beginning to hit some buttons, and well, you know what that sound means, race fans. It's time to go down through your unofficial race results for tonight's Kiss the Bricks 160 and CyberThunderBladeNode.com Pro Cup Series. Walking away with the race win, the 95 of Frank DiMaggio. Walking away in the second position, the 71 of Brett Hahn. Third place goes to Tanner Tallarico. The 48 of Tim Rogers going to finish in fourth. Fifth place goes to the 2 of Chris Dean. The 90 of Michael Sturgill going to finish in sixth. Seventh place goes to Crank Bell. Tom Richter going to slot home in eighth. Ninth place goes to the 9 of Brian Dorsey. And rounding out your top 10 here tonight, the 32 of Chris Wold. The 91 of Tyler Beeman finishing in 11th. 12th place, Jay Murray. 13th to Nick Fleury. And 14th, Bradley Beeman. The 83 of Eric Anderson gonna slot home in the 15th spot. 16th goes to Dave Kane. 4th, Jamie Beasley in the 29. Gonna finish in 17th. The 67 of Andy Cork slotting home in 18th, and in 19th, first car not on the lead lap, finishing 2 laps behind the 22 of Zach Shahalis. Eddie Behan gonna bring his 55 machine home in the 20th spot. 21st goes to Richard Pruitt. Bob Rogerson slots home in 22nd, 23rd, Paul Turner. 24th, Mike Grandy. Eric Morio slotting home in 25th. 26th goes to Andrew Payne after early trouble and unable to get the car fired off here tonight for the start of the race. The 19th of Jeff Sharp will round out your field in tonight. Kiss the Bricks 160 live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Want to take this time to say thank you to each and every one of you out there in Raceland. Appreciate you stopping by. If you haven't already, throw these drivers a thumbs up. Click subscribe over there. Smash the bell. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Darkside Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 Racing headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, and each and every time you tune in. Without you, there would be no us. So stay safe, stay loved, my friends. Until next time, I'll see you in Turn 3.